everybody, this is Carol Ann from Cabby Mums Loves. Welcome. This is going to be another day of demonstrating some of my sewing techniques in the process of making quilts. And while I'm doing this, I am going to tell you a little bit about how I got into doing this, why I got into it, and what keeps me coming back to it. Back to my blocks of colorful strips of colorful material. Just randomly pick 4 each time I do it, and I hope each time the random selection is different than the first time. Turn up with a very nice looking quilt. That's what I want, a colorful, lovely quilt for someone. So, and that gets to the part of the story where let me pick 4 strips first. So I'm just going to pick this. It's kind of an olive green, a light drab green. I don't know if you can see that color very well in the lighting here, but I'll pick that one. And I'm going to go over here and pick this bright, almost fuchsia, pinkish orange. And then I'm going to pick a blue one with light blue dots. Oh, that's been sewn together because it was 2 short strips, but it makes the perfect size for 1 strip. So I'm going to pick that. And I'm going to pick purple, a purple strip. All right, those are my strips. And I'll try to talk while I sew. I'm not very good at doubling up on activities, doing more than one thing at a time. Sometimes that bites me in the butt, but I'm going to give it a shot. All right, so anyway, my husband and I moved to North Carolina, and I may already have told this story at the beginning of the video, but I'm going to just mention it again. And I left a job back there. It was just a part-time job, but it gave me something to do that I enjoyed. It wasn't anything stressful. So we moved to North Carolina, and I had to give up my job. But here in North Carolina, I honestly needed something to do. Not just to keep me busy, but to make me feel like I'm contributing to someone's life. I'm also a Christian believer. Some people don't love that, and that's okay. You don't have to love that. You don't have to be that. I wish you would be that, but you don't have to be that. So, but my whole life, God has taken care of me. He's done things that was obviously Him. Opening doors, guiding my steps, putting me in places I needed to be at the right moment, at the right time, getting me out of places that I didn't need to be, and helping me to walk away from things that He knew weren't good for me. That's been my life. I've watched Him care for me since I was a child. So, we get to North Carolina, and it was either the very next day, because we moved in on a Friday into our little apartment, and we had our cable set up for our television and all of that so that it was ready to go as soon as we got here, but and that was hubby's doing. But anyway, I'm glad he did, because I do believe it was the very next day. I was watching the local news channel, just kind of checking it out, and they had a story on there. Their news broadcast does a little short story almost every day called the Tar Heel Traveler. And he did a story about this group called, we're called the Alabaster Quilt Makers. And I saw that story, and I learned about this organization. It's not very big, but it's all volunteer, and it's ladies who get together or do it on their own in their homes. That's what I do. And they make quilts throughout the year. And at the end of the year, however many quilts they've gotten completed, they take to nursing homes and assisted living facilities and independent living facilities, places where elderly folks and disabled folks have to live because they can't live on their own any longer. And because I was a nurse, in my last few years, I worked in a long-term care facility. And so I learned a lot there about elder care and what the patients go through and what families go through and what the nursing staff goes through. None of it is easy. None of it is easy, and it isn't made easy by anybody. It takes money, like everything else in this life, and there just isn't enough there to pay for enough help, to pay for enough resources. Trust me, It's not a pretty picture, and I'm sorry to say that, but nonetheless, these ladies make quilts and they take them around at Christmas time and they give them to the residents. And I think they get a little guidance from the staff as to who has family and who doesn't. And they make sure the ones that have no family definitely get a quilt. It is a Christian organization. On the back of every quilt, there are encouraging Bible verses written by hand by somebody. And I hope to be able to help with that one day. But right now I'm trying to help get some quilts made. Not doing a very good job at getting them done, but wait 1 second. Let's see. Don't you dare. Yes, you did. Well, that'll teach me to run my mouth. Hey, not bad. Okay, that's good. Now I have to thread the needle. Wish me luck. This takes... I don't have great vision. I just have to kind of aim where I think that hole is, and I'm getting better at it as long as I don't accidentally pull the thread out right after I got it in. There we go. I did it. And then it goes underneath the foot. There's a little thing on here called the foot. It goes under that, and then you pull that back. All right. Okay. That's done. I'm so sorry. So we're here 24 hours. And I believe the good Lord allowed me to hear that story about the alabaster quilt makers, because as soon as I heard it, I knew I needed to contact the lady who is in charge of it and ask her if I could help in any way. And I did that the very next day, and she got right back to me, and I told her I'd never made a quilt in my life. Nope. And I would have to be trained. And she said, not a problem. Many of the ladies that volunteered were in the same boat when they started, and she would be happy to teach me. And she said, it's not that difficult. And I did have some experience sewing as a teenager, and a little bit in adulthood, but very little, very, very little. So I had that, and some of it came back to me better than I thought it would. Some of it didn't. But anyway, I'm going to sew this. Wish me luck. Here we go. Hey, it's working. The little cockeye. Woo! Stop, 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 stop. Let's fix that. There we go. Yay! I got through a seam without the tangle. It's awesome. Now, all those seams that show right along here, you can't see it, but I'm telling you, there's a seam made with white thread. That will be the underside. And what you'll see on the top will be this nice, neat, sewn together pieces of beautiful, colorful material. Yay! Okay. That was in January. About the 3rd, somewhere between the 3rd and 7th of January, I went to her home for the first time. That's where she has our workshop set up. It's in her basement. It is amazing. And this is all volunteer, all donated. She has so much material, anything you could possibly imagine. She's got all the equipment you could possibly need, supplies. This is a loaner from her, this sewing machine. Most of it people have donated, honestly. And people do donate on a regular basis funds to help the group buy all that product that they need. So I am thrilled to be a part of it, and happy that God led me to this when he brought me to North Carolina, and I believe he did. I'm going to shut up now and just sew a little bit, and you can watch if you like. I'll talk again at the end, and we'll go from there. And I'm just going to keep doing this, do an occasional video where I'm continuing to sew and create these awesome quilt blocks. Yep, I'm going over here and get a dark greenish blue. It's very pretty. It's mainly green. It's a beautiful color. Yeah. And I want something lighter. Oh, underneath that, there is some lighter, almost like a yellow orange. I want that to go along with my, here, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Yeah, no, let's do purple, pink, and green at the end. Here we go. All right. Oh, I didn't finish this one. It only has 2 pieces. I have to finish it first. And I have its 2 pieces right here. So, let's see. I've got a green and a purple. I'm going to turn that around, and I'm going to sew this beautiful pinkish orange. I love this color. I don't know what you call it. Might be fuchsia. I'm not sure. To the purple. Yes. All right. Now that I've fixed my machine, I might actually be able to get some sewing done. Look at it. Make sure everything looks like it's threaded properly. It appears to be. That appears to be straight and together correctly. And I'm just going to put that foot down. You lower it with this lever. And all right. There. Cut off this loose ends back here. Throw that in the trash. And now we have 3. One more. And it's beautiful blue. I love it. It's like dark blue with almost, what would I call that? Aqua? Spots on it. Yeah. Oh. There we go. And you might wonder how the power is being controlled. How am I turning it on so that it's sewing? Well, there is a foot pedal on the floor, and you step on it, and that's what causes the machine to work and to actually sew these pieces I need to do. Cut it right there, that back there. Cut this loose string at the top, or the beginning end. There we go. Move that away. And now, we have another block. 4 lovely pieces sewn together. All right. There we go. All right, now my little sticky note. Call it number 17. Put that on here. And I think I said in an earlier bit of this that all the ladies who volunteer, everybody, most of them sew and you know, put the quilts together, but there are a couple of them, including the leader, who cuts all of these strips of material out. Sometimes they're strips, sometimes they're little square blocks. It depends on the quilt, the pattern of the quilt. But she does all the cutting. I've never cut the material, the cloth, to make the pieces of the quilt. I hope, honestly, to learn to do that one day. But I believe you have to have the right kind of equipment and a place big enough to hold it all. And right now, I don't really have that. Maybe someday I will. And if I do, I may venture further into this art of making quilts and learn to do some on my own and make some for my family and friends. I would love to be able to do that too. That's it for today. There'll be more of this another day, and we will see how this turns out. God bless you all. I hope that you know that there is a God in heaven, and He loves you so much. If He can love me, and I haven't been a perfect person, even though I've had faith my whole life, trust me, there were times when I really kind of walked away from what I knew was true and good for myself and for my family. But God was always good to me and always helped me see what I needed to do to correct the mistakes I'd made. And if I couldn't correct them, he showed me how to move on and forgive and not always forget, but take better care of myself and my family. Honestly, everything he does for us is to teach us how to take good care of ourselves and others. And that's what he's trying to do too. Take care of us. He loves us. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oops. There it is.